Open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's Jmann. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I'm Jmann.
This is Steiny.
Hi.
Like most things I find out that are not good about
the beast,
I find out via secondhand information or accidentally.
Through your children?
Yes. Case in point. My 9-year-old says her other sister, the one that's not mine, from
the beast,
Yes.
her dad's apartment, there might be bed bugs.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, see, that's the reaction most people fucking have. And, dear sweet God, so a month goes by, and the other sister, Lulu, has some bites on her that keep reoccurring. And
the beast
was like, hey, other kid's dad, who I've always called Loverboy on the show, Loverboy, do something about it. Well, he's apparently telling
the beast,
this is her words, he said, well, it's not coming from my place. Look at your own house. I don't know, they don't have a good relationship. Go fucking figure.
Right?
So a month goes by and she's got these bites and they figure out that they think it's bed bugs and it's over there.
at the beasts.
No. At Loverboy's apartment.
Oh, okay.
But I find out accidentally from my 9-year-old that all this is going on. Now, I text
The beast.
and I question her and I'm like, what the fuck? Why didn't you say anything? You don't need to flip out. It's unconfirmed. We don't even know what it is. He checked. He didn't see anything and neither have I. So I texted him. Tell me what's going on with this bed bug thing. He's like, I checked and I didn't see anything, but I still washed all the bedding and like sprayed him down to be safe. Right? So what had happened is that she had them on her in various places, these bite marks.
Okay.
And he had some by his ankles. And when she gets scared, she sleeps in his bed.
Oh, okay.
You know, and if I could just pivot back for a second, I'd like to point something out. Just for the record, here's another thing where
The
the
beast
gets caught with her hand in the cookie jar, not fucking giving me all the info.
Right?
Which fun little fuck you extra fact, when she found out she was busted, her immediate reaction was to call and bitch at our 9-year-old and threaten to take her phone away for 2 weeks for letting it slip. And I'm like, that is an all-time cunt move. Anyways, so I found all this out, and I was pissed. Now, whether or not you want to be scolded for something that is or isn't true is aside from what's really going on here, where Lulu goes from Loverboy's apartment to
the
the
beast's
house. She's with my kids with
the beast.
who come to my house. I have 2 children with my wife, who doesn't live with me anymore, who go to her house. And then my kids go to my parents' house, and they go to the
beast
mom's apartment,
Right.
and they go to the next door neighbor's house. There are 6 or 7 fucking households potentially tainted here, and I'm losing my shit. I fucking checked mattresses. I checked everything. I washed pillowcases. I bagged up stuffed animals. They're in the fucking garage. I said, you'll see them in like 3 months.
Yep. Make sure everything dies.
And I freaked out about it. At one point, I got frustrated, and we argued on the phone about it so much that I finally told her that the kids weren't coming back over until she took Lulu into the doctor to be seen, which she did, by the way, but not until my fucking urging. And then they looked at it. They didn't know what it was. They decided it wasn't bed bugs. They thought it was dermatitis. And then 2 days later, it was bed bugs.
No. Oh, no.
That's what it was, and it was at his apartment. He peeled back his mattress and saw bed bugs. Freaked out, threw his mattress away. Probably shouldn't have, because you can treat it.
I don't know, though. Would you ever feel safe again?
I don't know, because he was financing the mattress.
Oh, then, yeah.
Yeah, so he went and he put a note on the office door where he lives. This is going into Thanksgiving week. They
Seems like the bare minimum.
didn't get back to him for 2 days. Said they'll wait till Monday after Thanksgiving and send somebody to come take a look. And I'm like, that's not fucking good enough. These kids are going back. Now, he sent Lulu over to
The beast's
to stay there,
Yeah.
which did not go well because she wasn't seeing her dad, and
The beast
can't handle having her all the fucking time. And she's saying, I keep having to pay babysitters to go to work. And it's like, I didn't want her here, and I was nervous about the kids going back and forth. And here's where things got kind of wonky. There was 1 week in the middle of that 2-week watch period where the juice went over to her mom's. Chi-Chi stayed here and said, I'm not going there if there might be bed bugs. Again, I get screamed at It's unconfirmed.
Right.
There's
yeah.
nothing here. I checked.
It's what your daughter wants too, though, right? I mean, respect what your daughter wants.
Yeah, but if she's as good at checking for bed bugs as she is at a number of other things, she's half-assing it, calling it good, and then, oh, shit. And knock on wood, still nothing. Because she got so wigged out that she sent Lulu back to Loverboy's apartment to see him. Yeah, for a weekend so she could work and not have to pay babysitters.
Never mind the bed bugs that might.
Well, he had it treated. Now, this is just this last week and a half ago. He had things treated, but it takes more than one treatment usually. And I'm still nervous as fuck.
Resilient as hell, yeah.
And it's just, here's another instance. She should have said something. She fucking didn't. It turned into a fiasco. I had to call the fucking schools and tell them, like, hey, school counselors, here's what's going on.
Yeah.
This kid was getting bit by bed bugs, and nobody did shit for a month because each parent told the other one to do something, and each of them had a job, and neither one of them did it. And I don't know. Do what you may with this information.
Right.
And they sent, or were supposed to send, helpful information to him to see about the county come in and treating it.
Oh, okay.
Where he lives, the county where he lives. They take care of shit like that if
Right.
it's multi-unit housing.
It's a yeah.
And it's funny because he initially blamed it on his neighbors downstairs, who all I'm going to say is they're not from this country, and he says they smell like they never bathe and always wear the same clothes. So my guess is it came from a laundry room that's communal,
Yep.
on some sheets, went onto his bed, started fucking pooping out eggs, got some bites, made some more eggs, there's a nest. Yeah.
Yeah, because one of them alone can have like thousands of eggs or something.
It's
like
fucking
that.
ridiculous how many eggs they lay. It's like lice, which I'm an expert at, as you know.
Yeah.
Because of these two, and because of her.
You bitch!
And technically his other kids, too.
There you go. Where does this common factor?
But, like, when I said something to the school counselor, she's like, oh, my God, I couldn't even imagine. Like, lice alone makes me feel gross, but bed bugs, they're terrible. But then you got
The beast.
You just keep saying, they're not a health issue. They're just a nuisance. I'm like, dude, they're not a fucking nuisance. They fucking feed on your blood. And who knows if they carry disease?
Oh,
you
God,
fucking colossal dumbass. How can you sit there and be so morally reprehensible and lacking in self-awareness and emotional maturity that you're going to play it off thinking like it's just a nuisance? No, acne's a nuisance. Bed bugs are like the AIDS of fucking home pests.
Oh yeah. Fun little fact. They have their reproductive act, how they mate, is known as one of the most violent in like animal world. Basically,
Really?
the male pierces through the female's back shell and impregnates her, and then takes off.
That's worse than cats with their thorned dicks and the noises I hear out of the fucking neighbor cat when she's in heat, and all of a sudden like another cat gets a hold of her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that and like ducks with the spiral penis too, and
Wait, hang on, what?
they have spiral penises, spiral shaped penises. Yep.
Hold on,
We're
I
gonna
gotta
look that
I gotta
up.
fact check that. God, I hope there's pictures. Duck penis. No, not duck, duck, go search. Oh my God, what the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
What the?
It's like a
what?
corkscrew.
Duck penis length depends on other. What the fucking shit? Why are duck penises corkscrew shaped? And hold on.
Agree to sell your data.
How the battle of the sexes left the duck with an awkwardly long corkscrew-shaped penis. Jesus Christ. Both male and female ducks have evolved bizarre genitals. This is, by the way, comes for you from sciencefocus.com/nature/duck-penis-corkscrew / Duck penises are very strange. There's a great opener. You may have read about them online or even seen pictures, and if so, you'll know that a drake's genitalia isn't the phallic shape you might expect, but is in fact a corkscrew shape. Why do ducks have this? How do they have sex? And why did they evolve? Let's just skip to why do ducks' dicks look like that. They look a bit like a tentacle, with a pale color and corkscrew shape. In some species of duck, the penis grows in the breeding season and degenerates afterwards. Oh, shit! The size of the penis grows to depends on the environment. Drakes that were surrounded by other males grew much longer penises. Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
there you
I'll
go.
show you with your 3-inch corkscrew dick. I'm going to have a 3.5-inch corkscrew
Right?
dick.
I'm gonna get there. You're not.
Some even grew as long as 18 centimeters. I don't know the metric system. That means nothing.
It's about 7 inches.
Look at
It's
you.
about 2.5 centimeters per inch. So
Is it really?
yeah.
The ruddy duck has a total body length of only 39 centimeters. Jesus Christ, your dick gets to be half your body length? That's a fucking kickstand.
It's a hung duck.
Spines around the base and a soft and brush-like tip. Wow, we are learning so much about duck dicks right now. We're supposed to be talking about bed
The
bugs.
vagina is also corkscrew shaped.
But turning in the opposite direction. Well, no shit.
Like a labyrinth?
The entrance has several blind pouches followed by a series of narrow spirals. Jesus Christ. How do ducks have sex? Parentheses. Quickly! The male penis everts and ejaculates in a third of a second.
Oh, it's a sniper shot.
Yeah, a brief colloquial contact is required for insemination. Jesus Christ.
If you really want to see, there's a video.
No. No, I don't. I don't need to see ducks fucking.
Look at that guy just standing there all there proud. Oh,
Dear sweet
just letting
Lord.
it hang.
Anyways, so I have been adamant that the kids need to be careful what they take back and forth, what clothes come back and forth, to watch for things. Did mom check? Did mom do this? Did mom do that? And it's funny because, like, I did what anybody who's unfamiliar with bed bugs does. It Googled information.
Right.
And
The beast.
Googled the same information. Now, one thing I fucking cannot stand, it's one of my biggest pet peeves, is when somebody tells you really simple shit that's common knowledge or easy to obtain, like they're a fucking scholar. Like, well, did you know this? Like, yes, I did. I also own a computer. You fucking idiot.
I could spend 15 seconds searching the same thing you just did.
Not even that. Like, I figured out all that shit in probably 10 seconds or less from a simple Google search. Bed bug basics. So to be told it's a nuisance, that's not true. To find out that she wasn't looked after or dealt with for a month is fucking ridiculous. I felt like the kid was being borderline neglected. I had to tell the schools. All the kids are like, I don't want to say anything to my friends because they'll think we're dirty. I'm like, don't fucking say anything then. Don't bring it up.
Survival here. Yeah.
But the funny thing is that just having the conversation with the beast about this, she's flying off the handle. And I said, stop. Did you not fucking learn from the last time at conferences? Do you remember that episode?
Oh, yeah.
And I said to her, and it's become a phrase I use a lot now, let's have a conversation before you make an accusation. Like, you remember when I said that shit? I'm asking you what you're doing, and you're like, I fucking handle it. Don't ask me. Like, I need to know what you're doing in case you're doing something I should be doing so we can all do the most possible to stop this before it becomes a multi-household infestation, which it still hasn't. And frankly, we're all like fit to be tied because nobody wanted Lulu at their house. Nobody. It's like, don't bring that kid over here. You never know if one's going to be hiding the fucking sleeve of her hoodie or in her fucking shoe. Like, fuck off. No, don't come here. And it's just like the thought of bugs crawling on me or my children and biting us and Jesus Christ, like
Laying a million eggs. Yeah.
I
No,
have
thanks.
5 beds in this house. I don't want to have to get rid of any of the mattresses.
Or treat them or all that other stuff. Go through the hassle, all that time. Whoever else, like you said, that you can infect. There's a whole exponential amount of impact that this is going to have.
Yeah, I took that whole nuisance thing. I'm like, you can shove the word nuisance up your fucking rotten cunt because it could cost hundreds to thousands of dollars to treat this shit because you might have to treat them multiple fucking times and chemicals don't always do it alone. Yep. They have to employ heat and this and that and the other, and it's just like, God, like wrap tape around the feet of your bedposts to see if there's anything crawling. Like, Jesus Christ. You lay in bed and you're supposed to be relaxing, but you can't because you don't know what the fuck's going on. And my whole house just felt like I was in a fucking war zone.
Oh, yeah.
It was disgusting. Like I had been invaded without any proof of it happening.
I got a story for you.
Go on.
This will take back a little bit. It might take a little bit of time. So back in the early 90s, my folks built a house in the Lindstrom area. We moved there, and the basement was unfinished. I had a room down there, but it was just kind of boxed, walled off, with boxes and kind of an area. And one of the first things in this house that summer we got were a few dogs, right? We finally had a property. We had a place to have dogs. Well, the dogs got fleas, or they came with fleas, or something to that effect. It was a thing where they got into everything and they got everywhere. And I'd be walking down to my room at night and I could feel them jumping onto me as I was going along. And there's like something primal inside you when you got something that's attacking you and you just want to kill it. And so fleas are surprisingly resilient. And the only way to really kill them was to like tear them in half. So you'd have to get your nails. You'd have to get like a razor blade. You'd have to do something to kill them.
That sounds very satisfying.
Just squeezing them wouldn't kill them. They would just hop away and come back.
That's like when I find wood ticks, and we found a couple on the Boy this past summer. I don't just take them and throw them in the toilet and flush them. I take them with the tweezers, and I get a lighter, and I listen to those bitches singe.
They are one of the few things that I will make suffer in this world, and I don't have that kind of instinct in me for much. Ticks are one of them. I will exactly that.
Yeah, you don't just pull them out of your thatch of pubic hair and then throw them in the garbage like some people. I'm referencing a previous episode and our friend Rick James.
Nice. So
thatch of pubes.
The moral of the story, or where I'm trying to get to, is it took us fumigating the house multiple times.
I believe it.
To get rid of them. I mean, it was impossible, and it was like a whole summer, and it sucked so bad.
I guess that's going on over at number 1 Fan Tim's house.
Oh no, fleas, huh?
I don't know. I can only assume from what I read in his wife's Facebook post.
I feel so bad for them. Then it is brutal.
That sounds fucking miserable. Yeah. Anytime you get bugs like that in your house, even when I have fucking ants get in, I lose my shit. You're just like, my house is being invaded. That's why mice freak me the fuck out. Obviously because of what my dad pulled when I was a kid, shaking a dead mouse in a bag and me like, whoa, to scare me. Fucking cocksucker. But mice, just in general, they carry disease. They can have fleas. Yeah. Their fucking poop and their piss could cause hantavirus. They get into food. They taint everything. You don't want pests and any of that shit.
There's certain things you don't want to be sharing your house with, and mice are one of them. I've done a much better job here now in our 5th winter in this house, where I'm stopping them earlier out in the garage. I used to be nice. I used to try to set live traps. I used to try to, catch them once they got inside, and it's like, no, I kill those fuckers outside and kill them all.
Poison them. Take the top off a baby food bottle and put just a littlest bit of peanut butter in the middle of it, with antifreeze around it.
Oh.
Let those fuckers poison slowly and die. Fuck off, you sons of bitches.
This past summer, we had put a little wading pool out back for the ducks that we were raising, the little ducklings. Uh-huh. And it ended up becoming a death trap for small birds and mice, because they would get up on the edge of it and then they would fall in and drown.
You have that many fucking mice around your house?
It's amazing. I don't think there's enough predators around there. It's just nothing but homes, and there's not really any outdoor cats or much anything outdoors in our neighborhood. So I think there's all sorts of mice.
I've never had a mouse in this house, and I've lived here 11 and a half years.
Wow. Yeah.
Never once. They did a good job on sealing the sill board to the foundation, and because I used the back door, and it's a step up, and they have that porch enclosure, like the garage is the garage.
Right.
But like my driveway's an incline. Across the street, their cat catches mice all the time, and I've only ever seen one mouse on my property, and it's because the fucking Dumblecock twins across the street's cat left a dead one on my driveway in the summer, and it was all bloated and shit.
Ooh, nice. It's been cooking there for a little bit, huh?
Yeah, for like a day, and then I took a shovel and I flung it in the street up in the air, and once it hit the pavement, it exploded.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice visual.
Yeah, fuck that fucker. So again, here's another problem that I have to deal with because I made babies with this person who also made a baby with somebody else. And you just think about whenever you have kids with someone and it doesn't work out and they have more kids. And let's just say because Loverboy has other kids too.
I'm sure.
All these interconnected fucking households. It's such a pain in the ass dealing with this shit that it's like, for that reason alone, I would go back in time and I would fucking punch myself for ever taking her phone number. I don't care if it would create some sort of time-altering anomaly where I make contact with myself. I'd probably throw a chair and say, "Don't do it, fucker! I'm you! In 12 fucking years, everything fucking ruined. Stop, now. I swear to God. I swear to God, I will fucking shoot you in the face. I will go back in time, and I will shoot Dad in the balls. I'll fucking end you before you start, me." It's kind of like a Rick and Morty type
Exactly,
setup.
that's exactly what I was thinking of. Yep, completely.
So lesson learned there. No bed bugs. Knock on wood again. Got to be mindful of that shit because all it takes is one in a backpack.
I like how this is the third story. You know, now we get to the fact that there could have been bed bugs I encountered while coming in here. Thanks, man.
Well, it's been free and clear for weeks, and you're in the basement where they wouldn't be because there's nothing to feed off of. It would be upstairs. And also, I probably wouldn't have had you over if that was the case.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. It was a joke.
Well, that's the thing. You don't want to tell anybody that you have these things, but you should notify people if you have these things. But I don't have these things.
Right.
Interact with the show on Twitter at What Do We Call It? That is at What Do We Call It? You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/What Do We Call It podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm Jmann.
This is Steiny.
And that's the end.